You know, I was thinking about the market and I was thinking about the wildfires that are burning in Northern Ontario. And you know, it reminds us just how quickly things do change. And believe it or not, this is exactly what's happening in our real estate market right now. Imagine this. You walk into the grocery store. One day, there is only one loaf of bread left on the shelf. Everybody rushes over and somebody grabs that loaf before you can. Well, that's exactly how buying a home felt like only just a few years ago. Now imagine you walk into that same grocery store today. The shelves are completely full. So you start comparing the prices. You start looking at the different brands. You read the labels. You even walk away and you think about putting that loaf of bread in your cart. Well, today, nobody is fighting over that last loaf of bread. So welcome to the Fort Erie and the Niagara real estate housing market. The shelves are full and buyers are taking their own sweet time. So on that note, let me show you something. But before I do, hi everyone, I'm Barbara Scarlett with the Scarlett Real Estate Group and Century 21 Heritage House. My regular format was to share all of the numbers with you, but today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Instead, I'm gonna put this week's market update right now on my screen. And as you look over those numbers, you wanna pay close attention to just one thing, and that is the fact that there are a lot of homes for sale right now. That means today's market isn't about rushing anymore. It's about choice. So people in the market right now, they are approaching things a little bit differently than they were once before. So let's talk about it. One of the biggest stories this month isn't about the new headlines. It's about the fact that there hasn't been changing headlines. There are no headlines. For the last month, the Bank of Canada has been holding their interest rates steady. So let me ask you to use your imagination again. Imagine that you're driving down the QEW and every 5 minutes, somebody changes their speed significantly in front of you. You're stop and go, stop and go. It's very inconsistent. 1 minute you're giving it down the highway, the next somebody's slamming on the brakes. It would make driving uncomfortable, don't you agree? I know this because my husband commutes in and out of the city, and trust me, it ages you. Well, that's exactly how buyers felt when interest rates kept changing every few months. But today, the rules have finally settled down. People can budget. They can make plans without wondering what the next month's announcement is going to bring. It's not hovering over their head. Markets like certainty. Buyers like certainty. So with that in mind, we've started to see an increase in sales, yes, but I'm looking forward to seeing what that does to the stability in our market and the inventory, because we've got an abundance of it. So we'll be watching that. By the way, if you enjoy these weekly updates, you'll probably love my newsletter. Every month I share some good local Niagara insights into the housing market and the nuances of the Niagara region in Fort Erie and across the whole region, including neighborhoods where buyers are negotiating the best discounts, upcoming market trends, and costly mistakes that homeowners make before listing their property. So it only takes 30 seconds or less to sign up. You just have to click the very first link in the description, enter your email, and I'll send you the next issue straight into your inbox. Now, let's get to what those numbers actually mean. The biggest story isn't the exact numbers. It's what those numbers are telling us. Homes are taking longer to sell. Buyers finally have time to think about making the biggest financial decision of their life. Think about shopping for a new vehicle. If the dealership only had one SUV left, you would probably pay whatever they were asking. But if the lot were full, you would probably compare prices, you would negotiate, you would ask for extras. Maybe you would even walk away and you would think about it a little before returning to the dealership. Well, that's exactly the position the buyers are in today. You can include conditions in today's offers, you can ask for extras, you can even negotiate off the sticker price. Those are opportunities that buyers simply didn't have before, but they do today. And speaking of saving money, if you're a buyer and this is your first home, you could qualify for government programs that many buyers don't even realize exist. I've created an entire video explaining Ontario home ownership grants and rebates that are now available. Click on the YouTube card above or find it in the links in the description below after you're finished watching this video. You might actually discover money that you didn't realize that you could be entitled to. Now let's switch over to the sellers. If you're thinking about listing your home, here's what today's market is telling us. Buyers are still buying, Homes are still selling every single week, but buyers have a lot of choice, and you have to keep this in mind if you're a seller. Think about it like this. If you were opening a restaurant on a street where there was already a ton of great restaurants, if your food is amazing, your price is fair, and your service stands out, people will come in. But if your prices are too high or your presentation isn't great, people simply walk next door. Selling a house works the same way. You need professional photography, you need proper staging, you need strategic pricing, you need great marketing. Those are not extras anymore. They're the difference between getting showings and sitting on the market and wondering why your house has not sold yet. So, while Canada continues dealing with those challenges of the wildfires in Northern Ontario, here in Niagara, we're fortunate to be looking at something much more predictable, a stable, balanced housing market. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or you're simply curious about what your house is worth in today's market, now is a great time to start planning before the busy fall market arrives. I'm Barbara Scarlett with the Scarlett Real Estate Group. If you found this update helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my weekly market update video here on my YouTube channel. Grab my free newsletter by clicking on the link below. And thanks as always for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you on next week's video.